People have been asking me to redo the tier list for Blazing Festivals because Pain released, and actually I feel like I would change a little bit my other one. If you do see changes compared to my last Blazing Festival tier list and this one, I would say, first of all, not looking at the other one, so probably there will be differences. And maybe I changed my opinion about a unit, like it's been a month. And yeah, I'm doing it in only a month because I've been getting a lot of comments about it, and anime community type of people wanted it, and the vast majority, it was like a 90% vote for yes. So I'm redoing that. Let me start off. This is order of release. So I think it is. If it's not, my apologies, but I think I ordered as release. So as you can expect, these 4 go to the trash. Although they're not really Blazing Festivals, they can only be pulled in Blazing Festival banners, so technically they are Blazing Festival units. They're very bad. They come from a state of Blazing that just isn't the same anymore. They are just units from a different era. Moving on, we have, this is of course a PvE list because, let me make an example. Let's rank Kaguya. Where is Kaguya? Kaguya is a fantastic PvE unit. Absolutely astounding PvE unit. But on PvP, she's trash. So how can I rank her? Yes, I have to rank them separately, so that's why this is a PvE only list, and I'll rank Kaguya in S rank, by the way. But let me go on. Let me go from order of release, of course. Minato can go in the D tier. I don't think he's trash because at least he can go under 28. And I mean, would I put him in trash tier? Because at least he does good damage, but that's all he does. Minato only does damage, and that's why he's there. OT Naruto, there are a lot of reasons why he could be good and he could be bad. For a raid, he's trash. For Ninja Road, he can be like a B tier. I would put him in the C tier, like in the middle ground. He is not bad because he boosts himself and he has a Leo break. Which I mean, Minato also has a Leo break, and these guys also have Leo breaks, but it's different, right? He's a high stat unit. He can be helpful, but most of the time you just don't want to use him. You just don't. He can be a very much of an annoyance for your team to keep boosting him over and over and over again. So Gaara goes to the D tier. His attack weakening is good, but nowadays it's just too low of a percentage. Utakata can go in the B tier. It's not have been much use for Utakata because really there's no much place for slip damage. Bosses in general cannot be slip damaged. Some can, but bosses in general cannot be slip damaged. And his whole shtick is that he slip damages. So he really doesn't have a place anymore. But he's still good. So I'll put him in the B tier. Madara, I would say the same. Although Madara, he can be a fantastic unit, being 6 and 12 just is not good. 6 and 12 is just not a good. It's not fun to use a 6 and 12 unit. Just not having much chakra for him. Killer B is a D tier unit. He just only does damage and that's it. He doesn't even ignore type disadvantage or anything. He only does damage. Tsunade, I would argue, is a trash unit. Here's the thing. Nowadays, you don't want units that heal only on their jutsu. And that's why Tsunade is not good. She does not have passive healing. She has a sync skill that heals for 75. That's it. If Tsunade had like 400 healing per turn, I could put her in the B tier. But as it stands right now, she goes in the trash tier. It's just not good. It's a terrible unit. You do not want her on your skill team at all. Obito is a D tier unit. He just only does damage, and that's it. I mean, he does have slip damage on his normal jutsu, but he's a 6 and 12. And if you don't have abilities on him, he's a 8 and 16. I don't want to use him at all. Hashirama is an A tier unit. He's really, really good. I found myself really liking Hashirama recently. I don't know why. Sage 6 Pev's Naruto can... I'll say I could put in the S rank. Yeah, Sage 6 Pev's Naruto is absolutely fantastic. 600 healing, Buddy of Dodge, which is very, very good sometimes. Normal Jutsu guarantees Ultra Combo, just an absolutely great unit. Rinnegan Sasuke, he's a tier below Sage 6 Pev's Naruto. Ever since they came out, he always was a tier below Sage 6 Pev's Naruto. He does everything that Sage 6 Pev's Naruto does, but he doesn't heal. So it goes like that. Old Heart Pain, he can go in the C tier. He's not very good. He does do some good damage, but he's just not very good in general. Obito can go in the A tier. if he had, I want to say like 300 healing, he could go in the S rank, but I prioritize like healing a lot. Healing is just something that carries you through raids like nothing else. Healing is the most important thing about most things in PvE. Most things, not everything, but most things in PvE, healing is the top priority you want to have. Either healing or something that prevents you from taking damage, as I'll talk about in a second. Might guys, it's D tier, you know. Here's the thing about my guy. 6 and 12, just like Heart Madara, damages you, and he does not do enough damage to compensate for everything that he does. He just doesn't. Final Fight Sasuke does way better than him in every single way. Heart Kakashi is an, I dare say S rank. I dare say S rank. I just love him so much because his ultimate hits basically the whole map, and it does way more damage than any of these units could even think of, because he does basically type advantage in every single typing. In body types, he ignores type disadvantage, because Kakashi, he's absolutely fantastic, and he gets himself damage reduction when he ults, so it makes so he takes not as much damage after he ultimates, which again, his ultimate is absolute nuke, so I have to play in the S rank. Sakura, although I don't see much of Sakura nowadays, because here's the thing, Bravery does not need her, and as I said, Jutsu healers are not very good nowadays. They're just not. If you're gonna Jutsu heal, you have to like do damage and heal. Just only healing does not stick. But her healing is different, because her healing, she heals herself, which is really good, and she also has the past turn healing, which is also amazing. So I'll put in the A tier. Although she doesn't have many other usage other than healing, her ultimate doesn't do too much damage, but she's great at healing. So I'll put in the A tier. Nagato, it pains me, but he goes to the C tier. It's just, he doesn't do anything. His ultimate is bad. His normal jutsu is bad. He doesn't do anything. Skill Naruto, I'll put in the A tier. He ignores type disadvantage. His ultimate hits really hard. By the way, I'm sorry that like some of these units have the white. I don't know what happened to their image. I'll be honest. I don't know what happened. Naruto has the ability to ignore jutsus when he doesn't normal jutsu, which is very fantastic. And all in all, he's a solid unit. He's just a very solid unit. He heals on buddy, which is great for skill. Again, all in all, a solid unit. Jinan Sasuke is a tier below him. Just like Sage 6 Peps Naruto winning on Sasuke, Naruto is a tier above Sasuke. It is very sad, but it's the reality of things. Sage 6 Peps Madara, I'm anticipating his lair break. I'm already putting him in the God tier. If you go take a look at my other tier list, I had Sage 6 Peps Madara in the S tier, but now I'm bumping him to the God tier because his lair break is coming hopefully in 2 weeks. If they don't keep delaying it, it's in 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah, it's in 2 weeks, because maybe it's next week actually. It could be next week, like tomorrow, as I'm posting this video, but I'm already anticipating it. I'm putting him in the God tier. Kaguya, even after the lair break, I wouldn't say she's a God tier unit, but she's very close. She's very, very close. She's like S+, you know? Like, almost in God after the lair break, I'm pretty sure. Jiraiya goes to like the B tier. He does have healing, which is great. His ultimate hits decently hard. It's just his normal jutsu is not very good. And other than healing, what does he have? I mean, he does have resets on ultimate, huh? I'll bump into the A tier, just because Body doesn't have that many great units. Body has what? Final Fight Sasuke, Indra, Jiraiya. Body has some good units. What I'm talking about? Bump down. I mean, he's very good though. He's almost A rank. I would say out of the B rank units, he's almost A rank. Minato is an A rank unit. He is the highest damaging wisdom unit in the game. Oh no, it's KCM Naruto now. I mean, if you don't take the fact that KCM Naruto can boost his own damage, Minato is the one that does the most amount of damage, and he also has a great attack weakening, which wisdom, like throughout, has great attack weakening overall. Minato is a really good unit. I feel like Minato is one of those units that when he came out, me and a lot of people were like, nah, he's not that great, but he really is. He's very, very good. Kabuto, here's the thing about Kabuto, is he goes in the same category as Minato. I feel like these two units, they were very underrated when they came out, because it was like the Blazing Festivals before anniversary, the second anniversary. No one wanted to summon for them, but they're great. They're almost S rank, especially Kabuto. He's almost S rank. He's really good. He just has some stuff that I want to put him in S rank actually. Kabuto is just, every single time I use him I get impressed because his ultimate is amazing, his normal jutsu is really good, he has healing for a skill typing which is amazing as well. Skill typing in general needs healing, even though we have Madara, skill typing in general needs healing, and he provides that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep you in S rank. That's where I'm putting. Again, if my tier list is different, it's maybe because I just changed my mind on some units, because I do play the game consistently and I do vary the units I use. I don't have like videos up for every single time I play the game, so you don't see me playing, but I do like to vary my experience. Final Fight Naruto, of course, is God tier unit. There's no question about that. Final Fight Sasuke, although he's one of my favorite units in the game, he is almost a God tier unit, just like Kaguya, but he just I can't explain why I don't think he's a God tier unit, because he could be. He's just missing something. I don't know if it's the healing, but he doesn't have body healing. I'm gonna keep him in the body as a God tier unit, because here's the thing. Final Fight Sasuke, he is 100% the best body in the game. Like there's no question. He's by far the best body in the game. And by that, I feel like he should merit the God tier. In my other tier list, people are like, why is Final Fight Naruto in God tier and Final Fight Sasuke not? I mean, Final Fight Naruto in general is better than Final Fight Sasuke, but I don't know. I'm gonna make him a God tier unit though. Madara is a C rank unit. He only does damage, and I did say that for other units, but the difference is that he only does damage. That's all he does. He only does damage. Minato has attack weakening, and he gets an easy ultra combo with one target. Thing, as I said, he only does damage, and that's why he's in C rank. He only does damage. I almost never use him. I have him on all my accounts, and I almost never use him because he only does damage. No healing. I mean, he does have attack boosting, but also does so Hashirama. It's just not worth using at all. He's not terrible. He's not Night Guy, but he's just not very good. Itachi, my most controversial unit. I would say he max duped is an A rank unit. If you have a max dupes, of course, he does rely a lot on RNG because you need to like get lucky and get resets. But other than that, he's pretty bad. If you don't get resets with him, he's not gonna suffice you. And the ultimate only has immobilization. But if you do get resets, god damn, you're doing a lot of damage. So I'm putting him in the A rank. Shusui is an S rank unit. Shusui is my second favorite unit in the game. And I can say that confidently he's an amazing unit. Normal Jutsu boosts himself, which does so ulti Naruto, right? But what he does is he also does damage when he boosts himself, and that's a big deal. And he also, of course, boosts himself for way longer than ulti Naruto. He's just all around a ulti Naruto that was made for this era. Ulti Naruto was made for an old era, and Shusui was made for this era. So he's just a better ulti Naruto. Kakashi goes in the same tier as Madara. He only does damage, and that's it. He just doesn't have anything that really gets to him. I just don't like using him, and I don't think anyone can say that he's good. Like, he does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but only damage doesn't carry you. A unit that only does damage doesn't carry you. Edo Hashirama is a god tier unit. Madara is almost a god tier unit. I'm seeing that I really love Madara, but when I use him, he just doesn't suffice me because he follows in the same category as Itachi, where if you don't get lucky with his resets, he doesn't do much. His ultimate does good damage, nothing insane, and his dodges are only 40%. Like Hashirama, whenever he normal jutsus, he attack weakens people, which is amazing at its own, and he also gives himself the protection from jutsus. So he cannot take damage from jutsus, no matter what. He cannot take damage from jutsus for 2 turns, and he can stack that. So he's just an insane unit, Hashirama. Madara is also almost at his level, he just isn't. And he's really, really good though. He is amazing. Minato, I'll put in the A tier. Minato again follows the same thing as Itachi. Minato is a hard Itachi. He has resets, and that's what he does. If you don't get lucky with his resets, you're gonna be very much screwed, and you're not gonna have a good time. I can tell you this much. But he is really good. If you do have max duped and he does get consistent resets, you're gonna have fun with him. That's the whole thing. But if you don't, yikes. Yikes. But yeah, he's really good though. Indra, I would say he's also an A tier. Indra, I feel like 3 and 6 units in general, if they don't have like ultimate resets, I mean, Indra's really freaking good, okay? He's really freaking good. Actually, I'll put him in the S tier. It's just that Indra, maybe it's because I don't use him very, very often, because he doesn't have much of a place to be used, other than just PvP. PvP, he has a lot of utility, but on PvE, he just doesn't have much of a place, and that's why maybe I underestimate him. But he's, like, looking at his kit, you cannot say he's not very good. You know, he's really, really good. Casey of Naruto is a god tier unit. He is, in my opinion, still the best PvE unit in the game. Everything that he has, 1200 healing, he increases damage up until 50%. His ultimate can reset, and like it's an insane nuke as well. His ultimate normal jutsu can reset for 30% with 1 ability each. He just has everything, and you can say, oh, he has resets just like Minato. Why is Minato down here? I mean, Minato doesn't heal for 800 or 1200 when he's not in the field. Has a double field skill of increased damage and increased critical. So just an outstanding unit overall. Sasuke is almost a god tier unit. I cannot place him there though. He just doesn't deserve it. He does a lot of damage, but that's it. He has the 40% dodge that Madara and Shusui has. Shusui and like, why are these 3 skill units have 40 dodge on their freaking ability system? Why? I don't know, but it is a thing. And it just now Pain, the man of the hour. The reason why I'm actually recording this video. I dare say I absolutely adore this unit, and I really want to put him in the god tier. Every single time I use him impresses me more and more and more. He just really does. I love this unit. I would dare say he's better than Kaguya. He nukes harder than Kaguya, AoE. If you have him like with 2 Final Valley Narutos around him, he nukes super hard as an AoE unit. After he nukes, he cannot take damage because he puts up a 15,000 barrier. You know who's doing 15,000 damage on you? No one. No one's doing 15,000 damage is your whole entire bar. He puts up a 15,000 barrier and he cannot be jutsu for 3 turns. Who's doing 15,000 damage on normal attacks? No one. Because he cannot take jutsus for 3 turns. And then you can also stack damage reduction. You stack 30% damage reduction in 1 jutsu. One that lasts for 5 turns. You can infinitely stack 100% damage reduction with resets. I put him in the god tier. Burn me if you will, but I say Pain is a god tier unit. He is absolutely amazing, and if you summon for him, don't feel bad. He is absolutely insane. And again, he doesn't rely on resets as well, which is a big deal, because units like Minato, Itachi, they rely on resets. Even Madara to an extent. If I don't get resets with him, I'm like, oh yikes. He does not rely on resets, and I love him. I love Pain. Okay? That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. And this is my Blazing Festival tier list. If you're a new player, maybe you want to be skeptical, I don't know. It's just my thoughts as someone that plays the game a freaking ton, like 12 hours a day, okay?